Antoniesberg. It was 27 kilometers from Headley's guest farm up to the telecom tower on the Patensie side. After a trek from Attequas to Steytlerville area in a 42-degree heat, I was quite exhausted, and a stop over at Headley's guest farm. It looks as if there were recent veld fires in the area. It's quite devastating. In the Janssenville area, one always need to be on the lookout for kudu. I was lucky, 3 of them jumped a road ahead. Interesting, a palm tree here in the middle of nowhere. That must have been a lost seed. And then more kudu crossing the road. It was now about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. The temperature still hovering at the 35. Grootrivierpoort. This must not be confused with Grootrivierpoort in the Baviaan side, which is actually a pass built by the Bains. The road is quite passable except for the last maybe 2-3 kilometers, which is a nice fast descent down to the river. As there was no fresh water at the campsite, I initially thought I'll just pitch tent here on the grass, but then decided against it and went to the campsite instead. Bright and perky the next morning, I left. It was a little bit of a gate, a little river crossing, and then up the mountain. Unfortunately, the first kilometer was fairly rocky and I didn't take any videos. So I stopped a quarter way up, fit the camera, and then went on my merry way. From the bottom of the river to the top, where the pass technically stops, it's about 3-point-something kilometer. And then it's a technical but fairly easy going. Although fairly rocky, the road wasn't too bad, and only once or twice that I had to give all my concentration. There are quite a few little shacks on the way, some in good condition, some in bad condition, where the herders stay overnight. I've now reached the top of the pass and decided to take the camera handheld again, because it's so much better to pan around and show the actual scenery and not just the road ahead. Still moisture on the road after the recent rains, and the windmill's got no rod, so it's just clanky away on its own. After yesterday's 42 degrees, today was much cooler. Interesting that the rut in the middle, or the middle maniki, is actually washed away, and where the wheels go it's nice and hard packed. I then decided to try the mount on the rack frame at the back, and it's not too bad. I'll probably tilt it a bit open next time to show more scenery, but with the bushes there's no scenery to show in any case. I think that's a Parks Board building. I think it was in old days, it was a campsite or something, or a hiker site. As I mounted the camera, I said to myself, this is way too close. I won't get up to speed before I hit the real rough area ahead. Okay, let's start again. And it worked this time. As the road was now on the top of the hills, it was just a bit rocky, a bit of erosion, nothing serious, but one still had to look where you go. A few years ago, me and a friend came through here in the rain. It was actually so slippery, the 4x4s had to turn around. We pushed through, but that was a story for another day. Let's try to do a panorama with a helmet mounted camera. Not too bad, I just need to work on my smoothness a bit. This is real fynbos area. It's not in the season, but this little bush was a welcoming sight for me in a coffee break. That farmer must have the greatest view in the world, but most probably also the heaviest winds in the world. And yes, there were gates. If there's no gates, it's not my type of road. I finally reached the end of the road at the telecom tower, where the road will meet up with the Patensie Rocklands Road.